ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿವಸ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ, ಆದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ರೀಸನ್ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ನನಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೇನು ಅಸಮಾಧಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ವ್ಯವಹರಿಸಬಲ್ಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ಪೆಟ್. With the permission of the chief guest here, I will address in English. Respected Sir and learned Senior Advocate Sri B.V. Acharya in the absence and particularly online. My dear friend, learned Senior Advocate and learned Advocate General Sri Prabhulanke Navadgi, whom I used to always address as Prabhu only. And today, for the first time, I have addressed him with full name. He is my pet as Prabhu only. My dear friend Sri L. Srinivas Babu, Chairman, Karnataka State Bar Council. Dear friends Basuraju, Nitin Basuraju, Daksha Legal team, our family, as well as my dear friends here and all other friends who have virtually logged in, today being the 72nd Republic Day. Kindly accept my greetings of the day. I was so happy when I received this invitation from Sri Basuraju to preside over this function, launching of website dakshalegal.com by Sri B.V. Acharya, learned Senior Advocate and former Advocate General, a fatherly figure to me. It is during his tenure as the chairman of the Karnataka State Bar Council, I got enrolled as an advocate on 26/10/1979. He administered the oath and my certificate enrollment still bears his signature. I was fortunate for being picked up by late Sri R.N. Narsimurthy, former Advocate General and learned Senior Advocate, to be in his team when he became the Advocate General for the third time on 8/2/2006. My dear friend Mr. Chandrasekhar is also present here. We were together at that point of time. Later on, probably we parted and we had no occasion to meet each other there afterwards. For the first time I am seeing now after a long tenure. Both of us were attending the first court and we had a good time at that point of time. I still cherish the time we spent together. Again, I was fortunate to have remained in the team of Sri Uday Holla, former Advocate General and learned Senior Counsel, with effect from 10/4/2006. Myself and Chandrasekhar, we went to tell him that Chandrasekhar somehow was lucky to come out of that office, but I could not persuade Narsimurthy in accepting my resignation and walking out of the office at the earliest possible time, because he said, I am no more the Advocate General. You are, for my good luck or bad luck, maybe for his good luck, I was the principal government advocate. He said, the burden rests on your shoulders. If you want to give it to the administrative officer Krishnappa and walk out, you are at liberty to walk out. But I have no say. It is for you to take a call. Whatever your conscience dictates, you act accordingly. He was always like that. He doesn't mince words. So like that I continued, and Sri Uday Holla, when I requested, please relieve me, he also said, what is the mistake I have committed? Why do you want to go out right now? Wait for some time. Work together. Then we'll see what happens. Things changed thereafterwards in a different way. I'll make a mention of it, all these things little later. I learned the basics of legal profession from my senior late Sri N.S. Srinivasan, in whose chamber I spent a little more than 1 decade. My senior had a Midas touch. Even a case not worth instituting or opposing used to end up with a satisfactory result to the client. That's why I said he had a Midas touch. My senior often used to say, be an advocate and not a judge. His advice was, work on the case which is being handled and leave the rest to the court. Ultimately, my senior passed away before my elevation to the bench, which was to my bad luck. My senior had a good library by the time I joined his chamber on 3/11/1979. My senior said no to buy books because at that point of time there was no portals or blogs what we have today. However, he was insisting that the books in the chamber should be read and digested for being used in the courts for proper presentation of the cases. This is the only thing. Otherwise, he never said no to invest on books and build up the library. Apart from my senior, the 3 learned former advocate generals mentioned earlier influenced me in my learning and the work. They deserve respectful appreciation as they did what can be termed in today's world as knowledge sharing, which made me to achieve virtually a daydream because I never had an aspiration to make it to the bench, being a first-timer from a remote village, from a border district, and with all that, a humble family. I never dreamt that I would make it to the bench. I started my practice in Bangalore with a thinking at that point of time filing a civil suit. Normally, people used to charge around about 500 rupees to 1,000 for a injunction suit to be instituted. I thought I'll be able to generate about 4 matters in a month, so that 1,000 will take care of the family and other 1,000 would take care of my expenditure. That was how I started my practice, but it has turned out to be other way. That apart, I was lucky to have in several cases very learned opponents, including some former advocate generals and senior advocates, which made me to spend more time in the association libraries to equip well and present the client's cases for consideration by the court. I did pick up tiny bits from all the learned advocates of the Bangalore bar, and that is how they shared their knowledge, which I was able to pick up. We are today in the knowledge sharing world and on the topic of launching of the knowledge sharing platform, which was not even conceived at the point of time when I commenced my practice and had made a progress thereafterwards for some time. I recounted very briefly my past, that is, while in the bar, since during those days there was no legal websites run with the help of internet, and knowledge sharing was in different forms. Reading and learning, it is said, are the cornerstones of legal profession. Knowledge is not meant to be caged, but it is meant to be shared. Only then that knowledge will grow and ultimately will have a fruitful effect. As all of you know, that knowledge is power, and its power increases manifold when shared. Knowledge sharing in today's world is not traditional anymore, particularly with the advent of internet and shift to virtual courts by working from chambers or residences or from car parking slots or whatever it is now. Wherever you are, you can work. You need not have to have a chamber, you need not have to be present in the court. That is the stage which we have reached. Knowledge sharing is an act of giving voluntarily, and that creates a culture of learning. When we share, it naturally makes us to spend time, ponder over the issue, and react, if not do anything else, in an appropriate way with the person with whom we are interacting or sharing the experience what we have, and that is called knowledge. Legal websites do provide platforms for readers to think, research, and share information for the overall improvement and development of law, since the world is now run with the help of internet. It is said that in the present era, a person who is not diligently conversant with digital services is not quite literate enough and would find things very difficult to handle in the days to come. Technology-enabled knowledge-sharing platforms can build community of advocates to achieve multiple things like peer-to-peer learning, interaction, sharing of opinions, networking, visibility, so on. It's nothing short of sharing of updated wealth gained out of experience. In these days, we find there are a number of legal websites, that is, knowledge sharing platforms, in the form of online research portals, stacked with the statutory data, case law, apart from other information in the legal field. These portals analyze the matters appearing before the courts and other forums which have effect on the society and provide material for thinkers and readers to contribute for the welfare of the society. Few online websites which the legal practitioners are logging in can be found from India Kanun, Live Law, Bar and Bench, Vakil number 1, SCC Online, AR Online, apart from the general platforms Google, Microsoft, etc. The main functions of the websites is to save time to the accessor, who may be finding the most applicable sections of a statute, information, or the judgments from hundreds and thousands of pages of either the statutes or the law journals. These websites have created separate sections to find out the relevant statutes, the judgments, news, views, etc. Legal awareness is being created on account of quick flow of information. The websites focus mostly on legal issues before the courts or other adjudicatory forums, that is those which I have mentioned earlier. They appear to be also providing legal advice online, telephone consultation, legal training, case management tools, other softwares. There is reliable reporting of matters relating to law and courts, making law easily accessible in electronic medium. I pause here and say, Basuraj was mentioning about the excitements created by some of these portals. Yes, it is true, it is there, but ultimately it is your credibility depends upon how real you are in the world. So if you stick on to the hard reality, maybe in the beginning days it is difficult, but once a person acquires that status, that he is a realist, not a dramatist, things will change. Honesty, credibility, certainly will have a long-lasting effect. The websites have employed powerful research engines which help in quickly accessing the required information from the databases, etc. The accessors can find the content they need and share the information that benefit others by rating posts, updating documents, asking and answering questions, etc. For every one of us, knowledge sharing is important part of our identity. The society values our knowledge gained by experience. Knowledge when shared, I believe, is knowledge doubled, if not manifold. Sharing has more advantages than disadvantages. We in Karnataka require a similar website like the one I mentioned earlier, so that the news and information of the courts in Karnataka becomes available without any delay to the members of the legal fraternity and the litigant public. According to the information I have, Daksha Legal is having large membership by way of WhatsApp groups, etc. The website proposed to be launched today, I believe, would cater to the needs of the bar and bench apart from general public. To be honest with you, I have not inquired with Basuraj as to how he has designed the website. I am equally conscious. I brought my laptop to view it here itself to know what he has developed or how he has designed. With the launching and consequent availability of knowledge sharing platforms, the members of the legal fraternity have the opportunity to enhance skills, perform better by saving time and cutting down costs. With every good wish and admiration for the good effort of Daksha Legal family, I conclude my talk by making a reference to two very meaningful quotations of Honorable Sri Justice Shivraj V. Patil, appearing in a book titled Good Morning 365, a collection of wisdom of words, published during 2018, and the same read thus, I quote, "A mind locked with knowledge, experience is a storeroom. When shared with others, the same becomes a lighting house." A mind locked with knowledge and experience, it becomes a storeroom. It may start stinking also after some time. But if the same is shared with others, it becomes a lighthouse. It throws light for everybody. The other quotation is, "Look down none, even a waste paper, one day it may fly high in the sky as kite, and you may have to look up." What meaningful quotations are these two? I believe they are very apt today. I attend as a resource person to our Judicial Academy here. It gives me immense pleasure when I interact with judicial officers, try to share my knowledge with them. And to be honest with you, to take a class of 2 hours, it was earlier used to be 1 hour. I said 1 hour is too short a period. I'll be doing injustice. I need continuous hours so that I can address them properly on a topic which I accept to address. They have now made it 2 hours classes depending upon the convenience of the resource person. To address the 2 hours, sometimes I have spent more than 20 hours in my reading. And you know, it pays for me. Incidentally, sometimes I do appear in the Honorable Supreme Court, and I will be updating myself. So, by sharing my knowledge with my brothers and sisters in the district judiciary, I'll not be the loser. I'll be the gainer. I'll reserve half an hour of my time in the lecture for interaction. I make them very comfortable. I go down to their level only because I can learn from them. Otherwise, they will feel shy even to say hello or even seek a clarification on a doubt which will be working in their mind. When we become close to each other in the virtual classes I'm referring to, the kind of input you get many a times is so wonderful that they have read much. I have also given an instruction that whenever I take, please ask the officers to spend some time on the subject which will be addressed so that we interact and gain from each other. And that is how I have been doing knowledge sharing and enhancing myself. Maybe a part of knowledge which I might have acquired is only being shared with others when it becomes a necessity. Otherwise, I have been the gainer by sharing the knowledge. Now, with the launch of a knowledge sharing platform. Mr. Basuraj and team is doing a wonderful job. They are sharing the input, whatever is available in the courts or public domain, for those who are in need of it. Today, information is a ocean. We have so much case law, we have so many statutes, we have so much legal information. It is impossible to read. Earlier days, even to find one citation, we used to take what is called as yearly digest, quinquennial, 5-yearly digest, that is called quinquennial or something like that. Then decennial digest, 10-year digest. And after seeing the head note, if you open the citation, the things would be totally different. The head note is misleading or the digest is misleading. Of course, by spending time on reading the judgment, you have found something for some other case. It's not a loss. It never happened like that. I had for my benefit one gentleman by name Sri N.S. Krishnan, a walking encyclopedia on civil procedure code is concerned. He gave me the bits, and that's how I was able to pick up. In service law, I had a friend by name Sri M. Narayan Swami, who is no more now. He was a walking encyclopedia. Every subject which I was trying to handle, I found something or the other, somebody or the other who was the mentor. By looking at their presentation, sitting in the courts, we used to pick up so much. Now, in the virtual courts system, I believe the youngsters would be the worst hit. Watching for your case to be taken up, you are spending time and you are forced to observe what others are doing in the court, because in the court, nothing other than the court work takes place. And by that, we were picking a lot of material. If sometimes when I commenced my practice in 1979-80, I was even noting down the depositions of other cases and passing it on to the counsel who conducted the case. You can check up with some of them now also alive, Mr. S.V. Shastri and somebody and all, or Vasant Kumar, R.V. Vasant Kumar also. This is how we used to spend our time, not idling in the court, but making note of it, passing on to the concerned, and thereby gaining the goodwill also. S.V. Raghavachar was one who also molded me very well. This is how the seniors used to share the knowledge. We were fortunate to pick up all that, or at least a part of it. And now the system having changed, we need knowledge sharing platforms. Now, the quotations what I gave from the book authored by Sri Shivraj V. Patil, former judge of the Honorable Supreme Court, is very apt according to me for the today's function. I thank profusely Sri Basuraj and Daksha Legal team for providing me an opportunity to be a part of this very meaningful function. I wish every success to Daksha Legal family, and let me also be an accessor of the website proposed to be launched by fatherly figure Sri B.V. Acharya. Thank you. Goodbye.